Question to the white supremacists. Uh, can you be of Mexican heritage and still a white supremacist? That makes no sense. I thought y'all wanted a pure race. So why y'all fucking with this guy? This guy is Mexican. Well, not pure Mexican. And the Mexicans are probably like, thank God for that. He's Irish and Italian and Mexican. His last name is from the Latino culture. So this is basically a mutt. But, Nikki, let me deal with you. So, you being Mexican, when you see 4 skinheads or 4 hillbillies in a truck with the Confederate flag, or 4 Aryan nations, or even Hell's Angels riding down the street, coming towards you late at night, you don't get worried? You think they just gonna be like, you're their brother? Or you're walking down the street, which you failed to mention that Latino on Latino crime is very high in Chicago, but you talked about black on black crime. I don't know why. But anyway, the Latin Kings, or maybe the Mexican Mafia, or maybe Western La Familia, the Serranos, the Serranos and the Norteños, maybe like a group of them are coming towards you because they all know that you are a white supremacist and you don't claim your Mexican heritage. They're coming towards you late at night. You're not worried? You don't get worried? That's interesting. So you do know also, because you seem like you try to portray that you're intelligent. 58% of all in this country is suicide. You did know that, right? But here's the thing, Nick. You might want to be careful because every 24 out of a 100,000 self-unalivings is by Hispanics. And then 17 out of 100,000 is by white people. So what's the chances or the odds that you might unalive yourself, since you are from both cultures with the highest rate of unaliving themselves? So since 58% of all gun violence in this country is, what does that say? What does that say? When you clearly talked about black people killing black people, which is very high, I admit, but white people are right behind us. And if we look at FBI statistics, because everyone says black people are so violent, you know we only led in 2 categories? Only 2 categories. And the other ones wasn't even close. We only led in homicides and robberies. White people led in sexual assaults. White people led in kidnapping. White people led in fraud. So, are you going to do a video talking about how violent white people are? And then, Nikki, come here. Come here, Nikki. White people's crimes destroy lives. Yeah, black people's crimes, we might unalive one person here. It's street violence. It's street violence. You're right, it is street violence. But white people wipe out people's whole fucking life. You know what I'm saying? You see, y'all call it white collar crime. It ain't that bad. It's white collar crime. Y'all commit Medicaid fraud. That's y'all. That's white people. A few black people, a few Hispanics, but it's mostly white people. You become nurses and doctors and you're killing people in the hospitals, committing Medicaid fraud, ripping off the American people, but we never talk about that. We never talk about how white people are ripping off the American people, the poorest American people, like Brett Favre, but we don't talk about that. We'd rather talk about Pookie and Ray Ray. But white people like Brett Favre is preventing other white people from getting the medication they need, and they're killing white people in those nursing homes, committing Medicaid fraud, pushing medicine that those people don't need. Also, they create Ponzi schemes. They rip off people's whole retirement. So here is, we're going to use white people who worked until they were 65 to 70 years old, to come find out that some white person committed a white collar crime that screwed their whole fucking life, took away their whole fucking retirement. Their whole 401k is gone. Their pension is gone. But yet you're worried about Pookie and Ray Ray. We're worried about Pookie and Ray Ray when you got white people destroying people's whole life, but we call that white collar crime. We call that crime is innocent. That's not a big shit. That crime is worse than street violence. But yet you want to blame black people. Oh man, we got crime. We got so much crime by white people that the white people committing these crimes are sending poor people to fight wars. Joe Biden, Donald Trump, yeah, Obama, half white, yeah. Out here starting wars, sending people to wars, but you want to get on there and give a rant about white people. I mean, black people. Sir, tipping it, we shouldn't have to tip, because you know why we even have tipping? Tipping was white people who didn't want to pay black people fair wages, so they gave them a tip. Instead of giving black people fair wages, they gave them a tip, and y'all kept that practice going ever since, but now it's then came to white people. Well, instead of these people who are complaining about getting not tipped, arguing with the people who own the businesses, hey, give us a living wage, they want to talk about black people don't tip them. But they're not getting paid a living wage. Oh, black people don't tip. Fuck the fact that your boss doesn't pay you a living wage. Your boss tells you, I'll pay you $2.15 an hour. And in Texas, white people said, you know what? That's a good idea. All y'all got to do is pay y'all's waiters $2.15, and the rest they'll get off tips. So you got people working for $2.15 as the business is bringing in all this money from the food and the alcohol, and they only get $2.15. And now they got to depend on hard-working Americans who might have saved all their money to take their family out to eat to give them a tip so they can live. That's crazy work right there. But yeah, blame black people. Oh, the DMV? Everybody's rude in the DMV, including the white people. So you're going to you're going to blame a whole race of people, but tell us not to judge a whole race of people based on one thing. So let me ask you something. Do the Triple K represent Christians and Catholics? Because that's what you're saying. You're saying Pookie and Ray Ray represent black people. So if Pookie and Ray Ray, LaQuanda and LaShonda represent black people, the Triple K, the Aryan Nation, the Nazi lowriders, they all represent white people. Yep. They all represent white people. If the worst of the worst represent black people, the worst of the worst represent white people. Let's make it fair. Let's have it 100% fair. Oh, but you're a Mexican. I forgot that. So the cartels, the Mexican mafia, the Latino gangs, they all represent Mexicans. Since we're going to all sit up here and let the worst of the worst represent our races and not look at all the black people, white people, Mexicans, and other races that are making strides, that's what we're going to do. Hey, Nikki, when are you going to come out and admit that you're Mexican? So how are you a white supremacist? They don't even want you. Just doing it for the low. Just doing it for the cash. Listening to rap music. You listen to rap music, don't you, Nikki?